Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, come back with me Deviana Azzahroh. On this occasion, I will discuss the routing static routers. So this topology. Here are the steps. The first, configure the IP address of both routers. If 2 to router 1 is identity R1 Deviana. Click connect. The first step is to check the interface on the router with the command interface print. We can see here I'm using Ether 1 and Ether 4 with the symbol R, which means running. Next, we configure the IP address for the two interfaces, namely Ether 1 and Ether 4, with the following command: IP address at address 172.16.10.1/24. Interface Ether 1. Enter. Next, IP address at address 192.168.1.1/24 interface Ether 4. Enter. If you have checked with the command IP address print, we can see that the IP address configuration we previously did was successful. Next, we configure to the router 2. Before doing configure, we move to UTP cable. We can see that to the move to the router 2 on the Ether 4. Click cancel and login with the identity R2 Deviana. Connect. We check the interface on the router with the command interface print. We can see here I'm using Ether 1, Ether 2, and Ether 4, and with the symbol R, which means running. Next, we configure the IP address for the three interfaces, namely Ether 1, Ether 2, and Ether 4. With the following command: IP address at address 172.16.10.2/24 interface Ether 1. Next, IP address at address 172.16.20.1/24 interface Ether 2. And last, IP address at address 192.168.2.1/24 interface Ether 4. And enter. If you have checked with the command IP address print, we can see that the IP address configuration we previously did was successful. Next, we configure to the router tree. Before doing configure router tree, we move UTP cable. We can see to the topology and move to port 4. Click cancel. Login with the identity R3 Deviana. Connect. We check the interface with the command interface print. We can see here I'm using Ether 1 to router 2 and Ether 4 to laptop 3 on client. Next, we configure the IP address for the two interfaces, namely Ether 1 and Ether 4, with the following command: IP address at address 172.16.20.2/24. Interface Ether 1. Next, IP address at address 192.168.3.1/24. 24 interface Ether 4. Next, if you have checked with the command IP address print, and we can see that the IP address configuration we previously did was successful. Next, we configure static routing. We move to UTP cable on the router 1. We configure routing static with the IP address on router 1 to router 3, router 1 to router 2. Enter the command IP root at TST address 172. 192.168.2.0/24 gateway 172.16.10.2. Enter. If we have checked it using the command IP root print. We can see that in the section here there is an IS flag, which means the existing IP root is created statically is active, while the ADC IP root flag is automatically obtained and active. Next, we do the routing configuration on router 1 to router 3. Enter the command IP root at TST address 172.16.20.0/24 gateway 172.16.10.2. Enter and check it with the command IP root print. We can see that is number 1. Next, and finally, we do the IP routing configuration for client router 3. Enter the command IP route at TXT address 192.168.3.0/24 gateway 172.16. Dot 10.2. Enter. And don't forget to check it using the command IP root print. We can see that the number 4 is in routing IP route. Next, we configure to the router 2. We move UTP cable to router 2. Here, we configure the router on router 2 to router 1. Login with the identity R2. Here, we configure routing. Enter the command IP route at TXT address 192.168.1.0/24 gateway 172.16.10.1. Enter. If we have checked it using the command IP root print. If we can see that is the section there. Here there is an IAS flag, which means the existing IP route is active and connect, and while the ADC IP route flag is active, dynamic, and connect. Next, we do the routing configuration on router 2 to router 3. Enter the command IP route at TXT address 172.16.20.2. Is 192.168.3.0/24 gateway 172.16.20.2. Enter and check it with the command IP root print. We can see that the number 4 is configure IP routing. Next, we configure to the router 3. We move UTP cable to router 3. Click Install and login with the identity R3. Here we configure the routing on router 3 to router 2. Enter the command IP route at TXT address 192.168.2.0/24 gateway 172.16.20.1. Enter. If we have checked it using the command ip root print. And we can see that a section here there is an AS flag, which means the exit IP root is active and static, while the ADC IP root flag is active, dynamic, and connect. Next, we do the routing configuration on router 3 to router 1. Enter the command ip root at tst address 172.16.10.0/24 gateway 172.16.20.1. Enter. And check it with the command ip root print. We can see to the number 1, number 0 to the configure IP routing. And finally, we do the IP routing configuration for client router 1. Enter the command ip root at tst address 192.168.1.0/24. Don't forget gateway is 172.16.20.1. Enter. And don't forget to check if you're using the command ip root print. We can see to the configure is flag EAs. Next, we do the testing to router 1, router 2, and router 3. We move UTP cable to the testing router 1. Login with the identity R1. We ping go to router 2 with the command ping 172.16.10.2. And we can see that ping is successful. Next, ping to client router 2 with the command ping 192.168.2.1. Enter. And we can see that ping has been successful. Next, go to router 3. Type the command ping 172.16.20.2. Enter. And successful. Next, ping to client router 3. Type the command ping 192.168.3.1. Enter. And ping is successful. So, we configure to the router 1 is successful. Next, testing to router 2. We move UTP cable to router 2. we can solve. We log in with the identity R2. Ping to router 1. Type the command ping 172.16.10.1. Enter. And ping is successful. Next, ping to client router 1. Type the command ping 192.168.1.1. Enter. And then successful. Next, ping to router 3. Type the command ping 172.16.20.2. Enter. And this ping is successful. Next, go to client router 3. Type the command ping 192.168.3.1. Enter. We can see that to the ping on the client router 3 has been successful. Next, testing to the router 3. We move cable UTP to router 3. Click cancel and log in with the identity R3. Ping to router 2. We ping to router 2. Type the command ping 172.16.20.1. Enter. We can see that status is reply. Next, to client router 2. Type the command ping 192.168.2.1. Enter. We can see the status is reply. Next, ping to router 1. Enter the command ping 172.16.10.1. Enter. We can see the status is reply. And then ping go to client router 1. Enter the command ping 192.168.1.1. Enter. And we can see the status is reply. So we configure to the router 1, to the router 2, and router 3 has been successful. That's all and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.